Hey everybody, how's it going? All right, I'm just gonna let me do what I gotta do, and I will be right back with you guys. All right, how is everybody? Hope everybody's good. Hello. All right. So, I want to kind of Oh, Sugar and Spice, glad you're here. Hope you're feeling it a little bit better. So, I wanted to go into a couple of things. So, earlier I made a real quick video. It was when so somebody had made a video and put it out there, like it was coming from Kiely. They were like, "Hi, I'm Kiely. I'm sure you heard about me," and then basically said that um, so she was at the party. She wanted to sell drinks. Mags left because Sammy got mad at her, and then um, Kiely started to feel woozy, and so she went to the car and then went to sleep, fell asleep, and then all she woke up and everybody was gone. And they basically, so she went up the she went up the hill, saw a Hispanic party going on, and basically ended up running into Ronnie and Zaname, and they told them that their dog died, and then she like showed them where they buried the dog or whatever, and then like that, and then it ended. I honestly think it was a diversion to get us off of the teens in the community. A lot of people commented though, they were like, "Oh, this could be, the people that want to push the Ronnie and Zaname agenda," which I didn't even think about at the time. I was just like, "Oh, somebody's trying to get us off the teens. Somebody's trying to get us off the community, so they put this out there." But it makes me mad that somebody is going to pretend to be you know what I mean? Pretend to be Kiely and tell the story in her own words. So that, really like set me off when I watched it. Yeah, I just can't believe anybody did it. So anyway, all right, let's get into it. So I have a few things. So that's what, because I know a lot of people earlier were leaving comments like, "What are you talking about? What video? Why didn't you put the link to the video in there?" And I was just like, I don't want to promote it, but at the same time, like, I want people to know that it was, you know what I mean? In my opinion, somebody trying to push us off of the road that we're on right now. So that's how I took it. That's how I expected everybody to take it. You know what I mean? So, right. Somebody just wants the truth not to come out there. But there's a few things I want to get into today, or tonight. I'm sorry, tonight. And I don't know if this has. I got to do some more digging and look into this, but I found it quite interesting, especially since we talk here about the community and everything. So let's just check this out, okay? There's a place called Cult Burger. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. I've never heard of it, but I don't know if it's like a West Coast thing or it's not. But there's a Cult Burger LLC, and it's registered in Truckee, but it's in Hawaii. And there's the manager is under 2 different addresses. Actually 3, 2 in Hawaii and 1 in Truckee. So I don't know if there's any connection, but it's kind of funny that it's called Cult Burger. And this is like a community-driven town, if you guys know what I'm saying. And I don't know why there would be, I don't know why it would be like that, like registered the way that it is. So we'll just look into that a little bit. Yes, we are Kiely's Army. All right, so give me just a minute. Okay, so Cult Burger LLC, right? It says Cult Burger LLC is a California limited liability company out of state, filed on May 31st, 2022. The company's filing status is listed as active and its file number is. And then the registered agent on file for this company is Quentin Fry and is located at 10050 Bridge Street, number 1871, Truckee, California, 96161, which is the post office. The company's principal address is 817 9th Ave, Honolulu, Hawaii, 96816, and its mailing address is 1110 Nuuanu Ave, A13, okay? The company has 2 contacts on record. The contacts are Daniel something, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, from Honolulu, Hawaii, and Quentin Fry from Truckee, California. Now, okay, so this is the address of the Truckee post office, which is where the business was apparently registered. Here's the address of where the place is. And here is the mailing address, right? Okay. So the address, which it says company contacts, the manager is in Truckee. All right. This is the post office address. Now, here's Quentin Fry, which is the manager of Cult Burger LLC. Here's the address, 817 9th Ave, Honolulu. And then here's the other. Oh, wait a minute. That's the other guy. Wait, registered agent. Okay, my bad. That's the other guy. Where is it? Down here? No. Okay. But I don't know, because you know what? I should have. Let's just see. This is the address that it says is Cult Burger. It's registered right. Oh no, that's 823. Wait a minute. 817. Well, that says 823. Sorry guys, hold on. I should have did this earlier and I did not. Are we going the right direction? How the hell do you know you can't find a freaking... Can't see a house number? Well, it definitely isn't here. Definitely doesn't look like a freaking burger joint to me. I don't know. You guys, what... Do you guys see what I'm saying? Yeah, what kind of business is this? All right, hold on a minute. Let me go back over here. I gotta find... That was 823. What the hell? Well, 9th Ave ain't that long. Let's go down here and see. There's 823. Sorry, you guys. You guys got to go with me on this trip. We're going to walk down this road a little bit. That looks like a HUD home. Why is that house blurred out like that? That's weird. See, this car... Oh, wait a minute, you guys. Somebody's going to be like, oh, you don't even know what the address is, so let me... What the hell? Alright. It'd be very... I'm sorry. It would be very helpful if I could find a friggin' address on, like, one of these mailboxes. Let's go up here and see if this has one. Alright. What does that say? Oh, that's 8. Okay, we're going the wrong way. Renavigating. Okay, renavigating. Let's go down here. It's weird, though, that house is blurred out, I think. It's got to be on this side of the road. What number is this? Well, we're at the end of the street. Okay, you guys. Wait, does it continue? Yeah, I guess it does this way. Well, why didn't it just take me to the freaking right address? Oh. Crap. Hold on a second. All right. Sorry, guys. Shauna, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. You're awesome. Please, guys, hit that thumbs up. We got to figure out what is going on here. All right? I'll take you back. Wait, why are we... Yeah, okay. So if it's numbered the same as ours, then this should be... This one right here should be 21. You'd think, right? This van doesn't have any license plate on it. I see other cars have license plates in the front of their car, so I'm just saying. That looked like a sketchy house to me. All right, if we cross the... oh, shit, now we're at 801. You guys, that's got to be the freaking house. Oh, that's a U-Haul van. That's why. Huh. This is 811. Alright, I don't know where it is, guys. It can't be across the street. There's nothing over there. A park. That's weird. Isn't that weird? You'd think a U-Haul van, though, would have a license plate on it, too. Just saying. Oh, 817. Now we're in 817. So it's this house right here. Back here. Doesn't look like any business to me, you guys. But it's registered. This is the address. Principal address, 817 9th Ave. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, that's where that guy lives. All right, let's go to this one. I might be crazy. Huh. Well, look at that, you guys. this address that is supposed to be a Cult Burger LLC is a freaking Ashley Goodwin photography. Isn't Jagger a photographer? Huh. Cult Burger LLC. There's a house. There's a photography studio. Why is it called Cult Burger? What do you guys think? I don't know, you guys. I think that's pretty weird. I think that's pretty strange. A13, yeah. Ashley Goodwin Photography. I don't know. That's super, super weird. Same address. What do you guys think? This may be the front business, you guys, that we have been talking about and trying to figure out what it was. It might be this one. SF is a photographer. Very good point. I mean, listen, I don't care, what side anybody is on. Some things you're just like, okay, it's too much. You know what I mean? Like, it just comes together so well. Cult Burger LLC. It's in the Truckee. Okay, it's registered in Truckee. One of the people are from Truckee, but it's actually in Hawaii, and it's a photography studio. Why is it under Cult Burger LLC? Why cult?
You took them last night.
Here, babe.
Thanks.
Love you. Make sure the door's shut.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. You guys, it's freaking crazy. I can't even. I gotta yeah, I know. This is nuts. Well, here's, again, you guys, here is the place where the guy is supposed to live. And then, so he's supposed to be the manager of this restaurant. It's listed as a restaurant. Cult Burger LLC. Clearly, there's no restaurant. This is a person's house. And the other address is a photography studio. So what's the deal here? And obviously there's a Truckee connection. And it just happens to be called Cult Burger. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Oh, jeez. I don't know. I'm just saying. That's a strange connection, if you ask me. Sorry, guys. Okay. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Of course, then it fits this case perfectly, right? Because absolutely nothing ever makes sense. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Please, those of you that haven't, please subscribe to the channel. And also, we just started our membership. If you want to become a member, you can join. That would be awesome. Okay, so I'll go back to that, but let's go to this real quick. How did Jagger leave Napa at 8 a.m. if Kiely's mom didn't know she had disappeared until after she missed the Starbucks 9 a.m. meeting? I thought somebody wrote that. She was supposed to meet her, right? But the mom the mom would have known she was missing when she got up. So I just wanted to point that out, that, you know. But he did get there awful quick and awful fast. I'm just saying. So did anybody see the freaking video that came out today with Sammy partying it up? It was, every time I see that girl, I'm like, I just can't believe she's living her life partying, no consequences, doesn't learn anything from her actions. It's like pretty insane to me. So I had it, oh my gosh, I didn't have it up here. Hold on a second, you guys. All right, hold on, you guys. Give me just 1 minute. I'm sorry. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so I did take some screenshots. I wanted to play the video for you guys on here of Sammy. Can I play somebody else's TikTok on my channel and not like get copyrighted or anything? Let me. So here, of course, is one picture. You know what's funny? Is she's got the glasses on that she wore to the memorial or celebration of life, whatever you want to call that. Somebody stated that that's a SF hat. I don't know if it is because I can't see the front of it. But somebody said that was a black SF hat. And look at that. I don't know who that guy is behind her. But he could be mistaken for Jagger, in my opinion. This guy right here. For somebody who didn't know, and he had a hat on, I guess, and he has brown hair that sticks out. I don't know who this character is. I'm just saying that he fits the mold. And I didn't know if that was his hat. You know what I'm saying? Because they're all together. So, I don't know. But yeah, she's partying it up. Living it up, this girl is. And then, here's another picture from that. Look at her, y'all. Says, look who popped up on TikTok wearing a SF black hat and glasses from Kiely's memorial. At Sleuthy, at Ictmel, hashtag Kiely. So, yep, she's at it. She's up at it again. This is why I say there has to be a huge cover-up happening because this girl keeps doing the same shit. She's out, she's partying, she's getting drunk, she's having fun, and it's like that. You know what I'm saying? Jeez. Okay, so you guys, can I do that or no? Can I play the video on here for you guys? Or will I get it like a copyright for that? Barbara, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. It says Ashley Goodwin is listed as a graduate of class 2022 from South Tahoe. Tahoe Daily Tribune has online post 6/22/22. Thank you. I will look into that. Okay, so let me do that. Give me 1 second. I got to get it pulled up here.
Miss Thomas.
Please take off your pants. Please pop on the handstand. You got me sweating. Please let's be a fact.
All right. Okay, you guys. Let me pull this up. Ready? All right, check it out. See, I couldn't tell from that if it was an SF hat or not. It's got orange on the front of it. SF would be all black, wouldn't it? So I don't know if that's correct. Oh, it's just ridiculous, this girl is. It's the most ridiculous thing. Yeah, I didn't play the music. She did. I saw the scratch on her nose. Right here, in this picture. I did. So, I don't know. I just don't think she learned anything clearly from that.
Sammy making her own music video?
I don't know. I don't know what she's doing. She thinks she's, you know, all that and untouchable, apparently. What do you guys think? Did you guys see it? I don't know. I think it's super sketchy, and I just don't. I don't know though. I don't know about that girl. I wonder. I really begin to wonder though what's gonna happen. Like, are we ever gonna find anything out, or is this just going to be one of those, like, it comes back inconclusive, and you know that's where it gets left. I really don't think. Yeah, she's definitely mocking people in this case. I think that's literally what she's doing. But I really think, you guys, that there is a connection in these things. This isn't, so somebody just said that Ashley Goodwin photography, she graduated in 2022, so just this year. I don't know. there's a huge connection there, and we got to find out what it is. Cult burger. That's so weird, and it fits in so well, doesn't it, with the community? Let me see what. Oh, yeah, of course. You can't find anything out. You got to be, you got to pay for everything. Somebody said, though, that they got a cult burger. They have cult burgers in Australia, so. But it obviously doesn't look like a cult burger to me. It's not a restaurant chain. I don't know. It's super sketchy to think, I think. So anyway, let's go. Let's talk about. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's talk about what's going on with that person earlier who put out that. Does anybody know where that original video came from? Like, who posted that original video? Did it get posted on YouTube? Did it get taken from Instagram? Like, where did that original video come from that posed as Kiely? That claimed to be Kiely? Does anybody know? Let me go into my... Remember a while ago in one of my videos, I talked about this Chris Fowler? And it took me forever. There's a lot of different pages, but there's no picture of him. And I was told that he was a really close friend of Lindsay's, which I believe means that he was in the community, obviously. And he was using his... Oh, I can't... No, this is the picture. He was using his Facebook profile was Kiely's picture. His Facebook picture was a picture of Kiely's face. And I was like, I wonder, because we kept hearing the name Chris, right? And none of the friends that have come up, well, none of the teens have been named Chris. And Chris has come up a few times. So I'm like, I wonder if there's any connection with this guy. And he's a realtor there. Truckee Mountain Properties is where he works. Why would a realtor have Kiely's face as his profile pic? Even if he was like close to the mom, you're still not, that still wouldn't be grounds enough for you to have Kiely's picture as your Facebook profile, in my opinion. Right? But I wonder if we dig, if we find a connection between him and the properties that are in Hawaii. Like, I wonder if there's some kind of connection there. Because nobody else even brought this guy up. People are like, oh, he's really close with the family. Okay, but now we know more about the family than we used to. So maybe we should start looking at the people closer to the story. Do you know what I'm saying? Closer to the family. I mean, he must have been so close to the family that he used Kiely's face as his Facebook profile, but even members in her own family did not. So I find that super, super weird. And I did back then, and I still do. What do you guys think? Where's that one that had him? Hold on a minute. I have another one. It's on the Lost Trail Lodge. Let me find it. That place too, you know, you're like, man, it says opening, it's opening back up. you're almost like, man, I want to go there just so I could freaking, like really learn, get the inside, of what's happening there. It's one of these. You guys got to give me a second. I'll find it. That ain't it. Hold on, you guys. Right here. So see right here. I don't know. I hope you guys can all see it. See right here. He wrote, and this was a year ago, saw her down at Madigan's on more than a few occasions. But his profile picture is Kiely's graduation picture. So, I don't know. I think that's a little odd. Is that just me? Could be, but I think there's a connection. See, I think we've all spent so much time like looking into just the teens that we have to expand it. Now that we know it's a community and they're all basically, trying to protect each other, then let's really look into other people in the community. I mean, I'm saying, yes, I know the teens are involved, but maybe if we could figure out things about the other people that are involved, we'll be able to learn a lot more. Do you guys know what I'm saying? Like, I think we need to look at the community too. Like, there's only so much. We're not getting anything from the teens. We're not getting anything from, the other people in town. We're not getting anything. Nobody's saying anything. I know, that's a good point too. The parents all had lays on, or her mom and stuff had lays on their neck during the celebration of life. I didn't even connect that. That's a good point. So I definitely think there's some kind of connection with Hawaii. So I just wanted to say that because, yeah, and like, I know. We'll get into that. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Please, you guys, hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Well, while you guys are talking about it in the chat, yeah, let's talk about the celebration of life. That was the weirdest get together I've ever seen. And what is up with the lady in the... Somebody said... So remember when it was brought to my attention, I was doing a live? I got a phone call. And I was like, oh my God, there is a lady. Looks like she's wearing a gown. You could see her in the background. Sorry, let me see if I have a picture of that. I don't know if I do, but let me check. Sorry guys, give me a second. I know it came out as a small picture and I couldn't figure out why. I don't see it. Well, anyway, I did have a picture of the flags and the altars that they had hung up there at that ceremony, which I thought was so bizarre. But if you think about it from a community point of stand, you're like, oh, yep, makes sense now. Now I get it. Which is why I keep leaning towards that. It's the only thing that makes everything make sense. But now that I don't think I have a picture of that lady. I thought I did, but I don't. But anyway, there's a picture of a lady wearing this big cloak. Or I thought it was an evening gown, right? And then everybody's like, no, when you see it blown up, it's a freaking cloak. I'm like, who would be wearing a cloak? Right? When you think of cloaks, what do you think of? Like wizards, witchery, occult shit. Not normal thinking, right? So I'm not thinking she's wearing a cult. But I was like, why the hell would somebody be wearing an evening gown? And then they're like, no, it's a cult, or a cloak. And then some other people were leaving, and they're like, no, that's an evening gown. But either way, was she like the leader of this thing? Was she like was she representing Kiely in this? Like, it's so weird. This celebration of life. It was just the most strange thing I've ever seen. Yeah, I don't have any freaking pictures of it, you guys. I'm sorry. I did. I don't know what I did with them. I must have left them out of the file. Not on purpose. So, yeah, I don't know. It makes a lot of sense to me. Yes, Josephina. Yes, just writing that my journal saying my family Jagger wore them also. Jagger wore what also? Maybe family roots back to Hawaii, somebody said. Maybe. But I don't know. There's a lot of weird things. And you know what I've learned from this case? Nothing is as it seems. No one... Oh, speaking of, did you guys see Candace Starr's video that she made today on the Kiely Rodni case? It was insane. I was watching that and I go, holy crap. I go, yep, nailed it. I couldn't, I was like, oh my God. Doesn't it all add up? Like, she said that, so Sammy, obviously, we know she's the bad guy in this story, but she had a bunch of people behind her, and we were like, she was like, that's the town. Like, those are the people that are behind these teens. And it was just insane to me. I'm like, that's what we've been saying. I haven't seen any of Checkett's videos, so, I mean, I did. I saw the first one he did. I watched that whole thing, obviously, because why wouldn't you? You thought he found Kiely's laptop, so you had to watch it. And then I saw like a piece of another one that he did when he was handing the stuff to the grandfather. Which I still feel to this day that the grandfather and the father are the only two in this story that know that there was foul play and are like want answers. Sugar and Spice, yes, you will have to watch that again. That can't... Man, when she did that, when she pulled them cards, I was like, oh my God, everything just, I mean, it describes literally everything. Right down to Sammy and Kate and Mags and Jagger. The freaking liar. He knows. He definitely knows. I mean, yeah, a lot of people don't believe in that kind of stuff. Deb White. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Tarot cards are the devil, she said. I know. I've torn because I've heard a lot of different things too as far as that kind of stuff goes. I don't obviously do it myself. I've heard different things, but again, I believe in light and dark, and I believe that there's good and I believe that there's bad, and You can't have a world one without the other. So, I mean, what do you do? I think if you're really, you have good intentions and you're helping people and you're not, you know, like doing it to harm people, I guess. To each their own. I mean, hey, who are we to say? If you have a gift, you have a gift. I've heard that she's actually helped the FBI in a lot of cases. But that isn't even it. Like, I'm just saying, when she said what she said, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what we've been saying over here. That's exactly what we've been saying. So, you know, yeah, and she said right on there, she goes, Kiely was of the light. Kiely had a light inside of her, and everybody around could see it. And, you know, people don't like that. That pisses people off. That makes people jealous. Like people that don't have that. You know what I mean? And I truly believe that. So, a lot of people don't believe in that, but that's just me, right? We're all different. Anyway, so back to the story. Sammy's, I don't think, I begin to wonder if if she's out doing these things and nothing ever changes with her, like her parents don't obviously parent her. She does what she wants to do, but she's out there throwing this in everybody's face. And I don't think that we're gonna, you know, what are we gonna do? If there's no water in Kiely's lungs, that's what somebody said. If there's no water in Kiely's lungs, Ellie has a problem. I'm not so sure there will be, because I don't believe she went into the water that night on the 5th. I don't believe she went into the water. I think she was already gone when she went into the water. But I don't think that that's going to come back on these guys, on Ellie. They've literally done everything in their power to not investigate this case, basically. So I don't think that, you know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody in this story is going to end up, you know, they're not going to pay for what they did until they meet their maker, I guess. Because it almost seems that way. Like it's what they want you to, you know, like, we got this. What are you guys going to do? We're just going to keep living our life, and you guys can keep looking into us. You guys can keep doing this and that. But what good is that going to do you? Oh, we will stay on it. I guarantee it. I mean, there has to be some kind of justice for this girl. There has to be. It's totally crazy. I believe that's true. The spiritual war is real. And, you know, unfortunately, there's a lot on the dark side here. There's a lot of players involved that I believe are on the dark side. So, you know, we're fighting against the dark, basically. I mean, it's all up to us, I think.
Can you see? Dad said there was $100 of fake money. Can you give it to me?
It's not.
It's real?
Yeah, it's $1.
Can I have it?
Just a minute, you guys. I'm sorry. Mace.
It's actually real?
Okay, sorry. You guys know I can never make it through a live without any interruptions. That's not real life, guys. So yeah, anyway, back to this. We how do I want to say this? This is a war I think we're going to be fighting for a long time. Okay? That's how I'll say this. I don't know who the girl was that posted that video of Sammy. I'm guessing somebody she's in it looks like a dorm room to me. It looks like it was taken in a dorm room, so I don't know. I could be wrong, but there's bunk beds in there. That's what it looks like to me. All right, so anyway, I wanted to go through everything in this case that I have. I'm obviously can't play the news clips, but I'm going to go through a bunch of stuff, and we're just going to go over it, okay? You know what? I got to let's see. I have a few things that I have to pull up here, so don't go anywhere. Stay here. I'll be right back. I got to pull these up. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, you know what? I'm just going to take you guys with me. Chad, shut up. All right, I'll take you guys with me. Wait a minute. Let me I want to pull up these pictures real quick. Why isn't it in? Oh my God, you guys. All right, you know what? All right, I gotta do this. I'm sorry. I can't find my stuff here. I want to talk to you, but I want to have something pulled up, so it's not just we're not just looking at nothing. So let's go through what we know so far. So we have Sammy's parents, who are government contractors. Okay, national parks. One of their clients was National Park Service. All of these parties, we'll call them, these fights and these set up parties happen at the sanctuary, which is a National Park Service. We wonder why nothing ever gets shut down. There are connections here. I truly believe that. I truly believe this is a community, and they are connected in deeper ways than even we know. And now we have this connection with Hawaii, which I'm going to have to, I don't want to say for sure, but I'm going to have to look into later if they have deep family ties in Hawaii or not, because I haven't heard anything about that. If they had, I have not heard anything about that. So I really think that there is some kind of connection there. And especially since it's called Cult Burger and there's no restaurant. So I really have to do some digging into that. I hadn't gone on those maps before I went live with you guys. I had not gone on them. So when I saw what I saw, it kind of threw me off. I was like, oh no, because I can't really do it while I'm live, So that's going to be something that I'll have to do when I get off here. But I just think this is one of those things that nobody's talking, because if somebody talks, it's going to bring everybody down with them. Do you know what I mean? It's going to bring all of these high-level people in the community down with them, because I think there's a lot more than just these teens involved. I mean, I think the teens are smart. They're not dumb, but they're still teenagers. You know what I mean? So they still have the minds of teenagers. So I definitely think that they have adults helping cover this up. I think they have parents and cops and lawyers and whoever else trying to cover this all up. And I think the only way to bring it down is to basically look into everybody, go after everybody, and expose everybody for everything. Like, to me, that just, you can't go to I think it's so deep in this area that one person, I don't know if we're going to get one person to just bring the whole bridge down. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where, the focus needs to be. And I'm going to make, it's hard because, I want to, anytime I find anything out, I want to just tell you guys. So I'm constantly looking for different things, and looking here, looking there, looking on all these different social media things, trying to find anything I can find that's happening. And it stops me from wanting to do, because I really want to do a documentary. But a documentary type movie. Not put all of this together from very beginning to end and get that all done. And that's going to take time. You know what I'm saying? So in the meantime, I still am constantly searching to try to bring to you guys whatever I can find. And I do have people helping me, thank God, because, man, there's so much to do. There's so much to go through. There's so much to look at. People don't realize how long it takes. And it's super hard when you have, a family and other stuff. But anyway. So I really think that there's deep, deep connections here. And we know there's a cover-up happening. We know there's a cover-up happening in the police station. They're very... What's the word I want to use? It's happened before. And then we know that the parents were telling the kids to shut up and not talk, which, by the way, makes you just as bad a person for not speaking up for somebody and for not, you'd think one of these parents raised their kids right and was like, if you see something like that, you freaking say something. You don't keep your mouth shut. There is no honor in silence. There's being afraid. There's coward, being a coward. That's being silent. but not saying anything when a girl lost her life. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think it's just as simple as, money. I think it's also a deep connection that these people have where they can't rat anybody out. They can't say anything, or they refuse to. It's one of the two. Either you can't or you won't. Either way, it's not good. But with her, like I said, with her parents being government contractors and having connections within the government, I mean, you really wonder how deep does this thing go, seriously. And that there's, like this store we talked about yesterday, like who runs that store? And why did they Photoshop that picture? Somebody had commented, well, maybe you can see bottles behind her. So maybe they knew they sold to a minor, and so they Photoshopped the image. But I don't buy that either. I don't buy that for 1 second. Why not name the name of the business? I think that's super fishy, and I think there's connections here. And one of the people involved, you guys, in the town would probably be a freaking, come on, oh my gosh. One of the guys involved would be a realtor. That's what I couldn't think of the word. Okay. So, you got realtors, which find buildings, find houses, can set all that up. I'm just saying. I'm not saying there is a connection, but I'm saying that he was overlooked, and he obviously has a deep connection with Kiely to be using her face as his picture. So, and I think, people just brushed over all of this stuff. Just like the Sacramento. Just like the thing that came through on the on the Neighbors app. I know I have a bunch of pictures of that. Just like that came through on the Neighbors app. What are the chances that I've talked about this, but nobody else is talking about this. And I think that's super weird. And again, that audio, I don't know if you guys heard that audio recording. But I played it on one of my videos, and I really don't think that it was an accident. A lot of people are like, it was a hoax, but I don't know. I don't know who, I'm sure there's people out there in the world that would do something like that, but I just don't know, why you would. I think there was something to that, and then it was altered after. That's what I think. Unless you heard it, you know what I mean? When it first happened, those can all be altered. So that could be. When you have connections in all these different places, they don't want any information out there. So anything that is out there can be changed, can be edited, can be altered, can be photoshopped. And you'd really, and that could be what they're doing right now, is making sure all their T's are crossed and their I's are dotted when they want to come out and tell us that it was a freaking accident, which we all know otherwise. Anybody with half a brain knows this was not an accident. And you got people now talking about, oh, she did it to herself. She did it to herself. Ever since people heard that song that came out, that song that she made, people are like, oh, well, she did it she killed herself. She was suicidal. She was a cutter. That's what a lot of people are saying. They're saying you can see bandages on her arms in a lot of the pictures, which, I don't know how to go into this. Like, you can have a lot of negative feelings and a lot of anger inside of you, or sadness or depression or all that. But she was dealing with it through her music, right? Like, I write poetry. Have since I was 13. And that's how I always released my emotions, you know? So she was venting them. So I don't know. Obviously, she didn't do it to herself that night, right? She didn't do anything to herself. She didn't put herself in the freaking back of the car. I believe there was a fight. She didn't fight herself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that, you know, everybody's coming up with these different theories, which I'm not going to say they're crazy, because a lot of people are like, listen, lady, your idea is crazy. But everybody has their own opinion. So there is a lot of different theories out there, is my point. But when I put all these things together, and I think what's really important, because I think we're missing something that is right in front of us. I think everybody is. You know, everybody's missing something that's already out there. We just didn't look at it the way we were supposed to look at it. And I think that a lot of these things were just, like this right here, was just dismissed. It was mentioned once, and they said, nope, that's bullshit, and it was pushed to the side, and nobody ever talked about it again. That's why I feel like there is something to this. But I could be wrong. But I really do. What do you guys think? Do you think there's any connection between this and Kiely, or do you think this is just made up bullshit, like a lot of other things in this case? Sorry, I was looking over at the chat to see what everybody was saying. Somebody said that some of these kids are going to college at the University of Hawaii. Yeah, I'm sure that that's true. I you know, again, there's another connection with Hawaii. I just think, I don't know. I don't think anything is a reach in this case. I really, really don't. Let me go back to that picture. I really think, you know, I could be on my own on this, because I don't see anybody else talking about this. I see they were like, yep, it came up, but it was just pushed, like it was like somebody, Sammy said, nope, that's not true. And then we all just believed it. Everybody just believed it, and nobody talked about anything else. You know what I mean? It was just skipped over. And, I mean, that could be the something that's right in front of us that we're all missing. Like, maybe we need to be looking into that. Or not us, but like the FBI. Maybe the FBI needs to be looking into that. Did you guys see? I watched like the first like 5-6 minutes of it. But did you guys freaking see American Dream Chaser put out a thing today? He's like, do you guys want me to get another interview with Sammy? Did y'all see that? Yeah. And he was like, so whoever was on his panel, he was like, he's like, so do you guys think I should get Sammy on here again? And somebody was like, well, she's probably not allowed, you know, she's probably not going to be able to say anything. She's probably not going to be able to come on and talk anymore. They got her shutting up now. And he was all weird about it. He's like, oh, I can get her on. Nobody else can, but I can get her on. And then he does his creepy laugh. And it was just super weird. It was super creepy. But why, you know what I'm saying? Why would he, I don't know why. There's something weird about that guy too. There really is. That guy's a nut. And I'm not trying to bash him or bash other channels or anything like that. But It was super weird when he said that today. I was like, oh, ugh, I don't know. He's like, yeah, I can get her, but nobody else can. And then did his creepy laugh. I was like, oh, that's weird. So I don't know. He might be he said he's going to try to get her on. Or that could have just been clickbait to get people to click. I don't know. But he said he's going to try to get another interview with Sammy. So he was like taking votes on it. Like, should I get another interview? Should I not? And people were like, yeah, get her. I'm like, hell yeah, get her up here. Let's let her hang herself twice. You know, get her up here. What's she going to say? What is she going to come out and say now? Because now all anybody wants to hear is the truth. And if she's not going to come out with the truth, and which she's not, because she's not going to come out and incriminate herself, then, you know, what's the point of having her on here? I think she's behind those two boneheads that called in pretending to be party goers in the first place. And I didn't know. I got a lot of comments from that too. People were like, oh, you shouldn't buy into this stuff. Like, you shouldn't trust this channel that it came from, which I don't even know. I'd never heard of that person before. And people kept leaving comments and they were like, oh yeah, she's just like BHB, and you know, anything they tell you, don't listen to it. But I didn't know that. So when it came out and she said these were two party goers, it was no feelings towards her, but I just thought they were full of shit. Obviously. That's why I brought it up and went over it. Because I was like, oh, there's no way. If I was taking these girls' stories, I would have been like, so what's really, you know what I mean? It was just, you could tell it was a bunch of baloney. So, all right. So, sorry. Let me go back to... Oh, no, that's the Jagger thing. But I just think there was a lot of things in this case, you guys. Oh, and now, I guess Adventures of Purpose, well, Doug came out and said that they never named Jagger by name, which they didn't. They didn't. They never said it was Jagger. But they did kind of like lean us towards that. They were like, well, you guys all know who you think it is, so you know what I mean? So that's why I think everybody, you know, but I still think that I'm not saying that Jagger was there when it actually happened to her. Whatever happened to her happened to her. But I am saying that he definitely found out about it right after, and then his involvement started. You know, that's what I think anyway. Yeah. So, who knows? I mean, do you guys think I kind of can't believe that for somebody who's getting a lot of shit like he's getting online, the AADC, hey, if he can get Sammy to come up there again, I will watch it, because I want to hear what that girl is. What's she gonna say? What could she possibly come out and say to herself? But I don't think that'll happen. Because I don't think her, you know, you wouldn't think her parents would let her talk at this point. But then again, she's an adult. If she wants to come out and let herself incriminate herself even more, she will, because I believe she thinks she's untouchable. I believe that she thinks that she's got it in the bag, that she has nothing to worry about. And that's what I think. And I think that, you know, that I think is eventually going to be what leads to justice for Kiely. And that's just my opinion. That's just what I think. Oh, Josefina Torres, thank you so much for the $4 super chat. CNY family in chat, awesome. Justice for Kiely. Chris says, what if he already has another interview taped and was just waiting to pull it out? Well, he could, but then you'd have to have it all planned out, you know, like, because he'd have had to know how the whole story was going to go, I feel like, to have it that way. That's just my opinion, but no, I think if he definitely gets her on for another interview, you guys, I think that that's a definite indication that they are way deeper involved. Like, he's way deeper involved in the community than we think. You know what I'm saying? There's just something off about that guy. You know. So it'll be interesting to see, you guys, if he does get another interview. I mean, I don't know what she could come out and say for herself. I think Kate knows more. I think Mags knows everything. I think Kate knows everything. I think Jagger knows everything. And I think Sammy knows everything. And I think Sammy was the ringleader of it all. And that's just my opinion. And from everything that I have seen and everything that we have talked about, there's no way you could change my mind. There's just no way. Sammy is clearly one of those girls who is used to getting what she wants when she wants it. And she's not going to let anybody stand in her way of getting something that she wants. And I think that's clear by her actions. Shelly, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. Or is that, yeah, that might be a super sticker. My bad. My bad, guys. But no, you can clearly tell. And I think, I don't know why, but I really believe that Jagger has that. I think he had an obsession with Kiely. He's very narcissistic, and I think he had an obsession with her. And you guys want? Hold on. I'm gonna pull a picture up so you're not just looking at my freaking screen. So, yeah, I think he was very narcissistic and very obsessed. And that's why he took that video of her. Like, a lot of people looked at that, you know, that video he took of her when she was in her black dress. And he was like, I filmed this without you knowing. First of all, that's kind of weird, especially in this situation. And it was like he wanted to keep her all to himself. Like, now what's super freaking weird is now he's staying at the lodge with her mom. And it's like, whoa. Like, that's weird, you guys. I don't care what anybody says. He was the ex-boyfriend. And now she's gone and he's living there. Nobody else thinks that's weird. People are like, well, he really cares about her family and he wants to be there for her. No. He's like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, all up in her life now. Like, you know what I mean? It's weird. And what I am sorry, but I don't know as the mother why you would surround yourself with these teens. You cannot be that naive and not realize, you know in your heart that something, you have to know. She has to know as a mother that inside something is not right. There's a mother's intuition. Like, does she not have that? is she, you know, like, what is going on here? Truckee is the weirdest freaking town that I have ever heard of. And I've heard of some crazy little towns out there. But Truckee is like one of those places where you're like, don't drink the water because it'll get to you. You know, like you'll become one of them. Like it's weird like that. Like, don't get sucked in. But to me, you guys, I don't think she felt for him the way he felt for her. And then they broke up. And then he just had this, you know, like, obsession with her. More like, I want you to be mine, like a piece of property. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I see when I look at this picture right here. I see her not looking happy. I see her looking scared. And I see him with this snarky look on his face. Like, I got you. You are mine. And that, you know, whatever. That's what I see. Please remember to hit that thumbs up, guys. Please subscribe to the channel. And there's also, if you guys want to help out the channel, there's a couple links down in the description below. I mean, you guys, I really truly believe that Truckee is a community town. A community. I'll just say it. Hell, I think it's a cult town. And that's what I think is going on here. I mean, if you really, for those of you that are new to the channel, don't think in your head when I say that word, don't think, oh, that's freaking crazy. You know, like, picture a crazy movie. Legit, real, they're all over the place. And what else can you explain that would, you know what else could you explain? How they all act, how they all speak, how they all protect each other. How when Kiely's body was found, their main concern was, how do we celebrate the community? How do we, you know, get through this, or not even get through this? That's not what she said. She said, how do we do this and celebrate the community? It's just, I don't see it. I think there's money involved in this. I think there's the community involved in this. I think this goes deeper than the local cops. But obviously they're definitely involved. I think that there was cops' kids involved in this. And I think that's why nobody's talking. And I think that's why Sammy and the other teens ran things at the search parties. And you can't tell me otherwise. People are like, oh, the teens weren't running it. They were just there. Bullshit. We have messages from people who were there searching, volunteers, who said there was like no cops around and you were dealing with teenagers the entire time. They were running the tables. They were doing the volunteer sheets. They were collecting evidence that was found. Or, you know, collecting things that were found. That's never been done before. That has never been seen before. So I don't think people should be just so quick to, you know that, you know, that's a crazy thing. Kate's father is a sheriff deputy in Sacramento County. I'm pretty sure it was confirmed it was her father. It was either her father or uncle, we thought at the beginning, but I'm pretty sure that it was confirmed to be her dad. But I could be getting that wrong, but I think so. But, you guys, Sacramento. Sacramento was where the Honda CRV was spotted, and the girl was spotted running from the vehicle, and they pulled her back into the vehicle. What are the chances it was somebody else that night with a Honda CRV and a girl that looked like Kiely and it was just shrugged off as nothing and swept under the rug, and we were told it was bullshit. So everybody was just like, yep, it's bullshit. Let's move on. I really think there is something to that. I don't believe that Kiely went into the water that night. I don't think her car went into the water that night. I think her car and her were put somewhere else for a few days. And then when that area was cleared, I believe that's when the car was put in there. That's what I believe. That's just my opinion. But I don't believe she was down there for all that time. And I don't know if the laptop and the stuff was planted there after in the water, right before Check-It found it. There's a lot of going around about that. Some say that it was planted there. Some say that that's what Sammy was doing that night, is planting that stuff in there. Some people say that Check-It had it and he planted it there. And, you know, there's a lot of stories out there. So I really don't know about that, so I don't want to specify on that. But I don't believe that her car went in there that night. For sure, 100%. And I think whoever put that bullshit story out, pretending that it was from Kiely talking about Zanime and Ronnie, that was I believe that it was done. I believe that was done to take the heat and everybody's eyes off of the teens and the community. That's what I believe. There's some other people that were in the comments saying that they think it's somebody who was pushing the Ronnie and Zanime story that put that out. I don't know. But either way, whoever put that out, the intention was, even if their intention was to say, no, I know it's Ronnie and Zanime, then it was still to take the heat off of the teens in the community. But when you have all of these different elements involved and the town is so freaking sketchy and everybody's in everybody's pocket and everybody is got everybody's back, and everybody is, when you see a town that even when the mother of a victim is standing there defending the teens and standing up for the teens and the community, and that's what she's worried about, that's not normal. So you have to see that there's definitely something else bigger happening here. Everybody is so worried about protecting the teens and getting the heat off the teens. So that's why I felt like my first thing when I heard that was like, they're trying to take it off the teens. They're trying to take the story away from them. So, you know, but again, like I said, some people were like, well, maybe it's somebody just trying to push that other theory. That could be, but either way, it would take attention off of where I think the attention needs to be stuck on. You know what I'm saying? So what do you guys think? I think everybody failed Kiely. I'll just say that. Oh, I missed a couple. Hold on. All right, Mayor R, sorry I missed you guys. Has super chatted $2. I can't be in the chat, but I am listening. CNY family, thank you so much. Michelle Webb has super chatted $5. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys are awesome. Sorry if you're new here. I don't have dual screens, right? I have to get a second monitor, you guys. But so that's why I have to keep switching over screens, is because I can't see the super chats and the stuff that comes up. So that's the only way I can see it. So those of you that are like, what is this girl doing and why does she keep doing that? That's why. So I'm sorry. Yeah, you know, she kind of does. I mean, there is a resemblance between this guy and Kate. So you definitely got to say that. And I know a lot of people are like, well, why don't you talk about SF and, you know, Sammy. I think he's a relative of hers and stuff like that. Like, I just don't know, and I don't want to get sucked into the craziness. I want to kind of just keep the focus on, like, the town and the teens and the community, just because in my heart that's what I feel I'm supposed to be looking at right now. So, like, that's why I'm trying to do that. That's why I'm not trying to get, you know, that's why I don't try to go into any of that, and that's why I never talk to you guys about Xana May or Ronnie or any of that. Like, I just don't want to go there. But I felt like it needed to be brought up today, obviously, because of that story that came out. Do you guys know that when I got up this morning and my mother-in-law called me and she was like, "Oh, you're not going to believe this." I'm like, "What? What is it?" Like, I was, you know, like, what happened? And then when she's like, "You got to hear this." And she pulled it up and, like, read the whole thing to me. And I was so mad. I was so mad when I got off the phone with her that I immediately grabbed my camera. Chad's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I got to go say something." I'm like, "I got to go say something." So even though it was a quick video and I know a lot of people didn't understand, I was just so mad, and I was like, "Oh, this is ridiculous." First of all, who's going to claim to be, you know what, who's going to claim the voice of Kiely? Who's going to claim to be her, you know what I mean, telling her story from her, which is just ridiculous. And then when he said that they said what they said, and it sounded like a UK thing to me, like a lot of the words, like my phone went flat, my car was flat, I'll give it a go, you know what I mean, stuff like that, like made it seem like it was someone from, and then somebody from the UK. But then somebody was like, "Oh, that's not a UK accent, that's an Australian accent." So I don't know who it was, and if they were just trying to make it sound like that. Like, a lot of people are like, "Oh, Sammy put that out." That would not surprise me at all. And then, you know, again, like I've said, well, somebody else on the other side with another theory put that out, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, it got put out. And it just made me mad. So earlier when I made that video, it was like 3 minutes long. A lot of people actually were in the comments like, "What are you talking about? Like, what video?" Which I just assumed that everybody else had seen it. You know what I mean? So, but I wasn't trying to promote the video either. So I should have put a link in there, I guess, so you guys knew at least what I was talking about, but that's my bad. All right, let's pull up. Okay, sorry. Yeah, somebody said Duty Ron doesn't believe in it's an accident either. Like, I don't know how you could, honestly, with everything that we have. I don't know how anybody can draw the conclusion that it was an accident. Okay, now, people can say what they want to say about AWP. And yes, I understand that this was his first dive. I understand that. But look at his face. To me, the face says a lot. To me, that face is like, oh God, you know, like, oh dear Father, like, what did I just see? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh dear Lord. You know, and there's people that are like, you know, I think AWP are good people. This is what somebody had said to me. I think AWP are good people, but I think they made a mistake when they sent down a first-time diver. So this was his first dive. And she was like, "I just don't understand why, once he came up, why an more experienced diver wouldn't have gone down there. Because it was his first dive, just to look over things. But, I mean, they really didn't think it was going to be her car. They said that. they were like, oh, I don't think this is her car. I mean, we'll go down and check it out, but this can't be the car. It's right here, you know? But then I guess when he came up and he was like, yep, it's confirmed, it's her, you know, but what I heard, and I don't know if this is true, so you guys can let me know, but once they came up, once he came up from the water, they called law enforcement. Well, actually, they called the family, and they called law enforcement, and they were told to stand down, like go out, get out of the water now, and then let the cops take over. So that's what they said. So I don't know if that's why they didn't go down again or not, but I think they're getting a lot of shit right now, and a lot of people now are attacking AWP because they're like, oh, you lied about the roadside guy, you lied about this, you lied. No, they didn't. They never said Jagger Westfall. They never said that's what it was. And neither did the diver. Not the diver. Neither did the roadside assistance guy. He never said by name Jagger. We all just assumed that, and we were let, they let us assume that. You know what I mean? But that's not on them. So who is the other guy? Is it this Nate character that we keep hearing about? And is it Nate, the sheriff's son? Pretty sure. But, again, you guys, what made this face? You know what I mean? That's all I want to say. Like, what made this face? I think that's important, because what did he see in that car? And you know that they said, AWP come out and they were like, there's a lot of heavy stuff, and I think when this comes out, there's going to be a lot of shit to deal with. Hi, babe. So, you wonder, like, are any of us right? Like, I'm sure we all feel like we're right, but, it's like, dude, okay, it's like, can they just release the freaking tape already? If they said that they only showed us 10% of the interview with the roadside guy, can you give us some more of that interview? Can you give us a little more something? Because now the cops said they're not going to come out and make a statement. We know we're not going to get any results until November 1st, at least. So can you give us something? You know what I mean? If somebody out there has all the answers, and obviously I don't mean the teens, but I think AWP knows a lot. And I think AWP, yes, it's an ongoing investigation. I get that. But you're not part of the investigation anymore. You know what I mean? So just release what you got. That's all I'm saying. I mean, they can't get in any legal trouble for releasing their information, can they? Any lawyers in the chat, can you get in trouble? Could AWP get in trouble for releasing information? Because I don't think they could. That's their own. They recorded it on their own shit. It was their own interview. It had nothing to do with the police. So that's all I'm saying. You want to help the case, guys? Come out and release your tape. Release the freaking rest of the interview. That's all. And then maybe a lot of this speculation could stop. You know what I mean? Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, but if they would release some information to us, we would have something more to go off of. Like, at least if you don't want to release everything you know and everything you saw, then at least release the freaking rest of the tow truck video. I don't think that's asking too much for those of us that have been invested in this case and those of us that have been trying to find answers. Okay, sorry. But do you guys see what I'm saying here? Somebody said, why is Sammy Smith's dad and SF Investigates working 24/7 to keep putting out the tragic accident narrative? Because that's the story that they are trying to push, is the accident narrative. That's the one that they want everybody to believe. Because if everybody believes it's an accident, then everybody stops looking at the community and everybody stops scrutinizing everybody in town. That's the only reason that they would do something like that. I want to welcome all the new subscribers to the channel. Thank you guys so much. Again, you guys, please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel. It helps us to stay... Hi. It helps us to stay up there so we can keep putting out content. And anybody that is inclined to do so, and you want to help out the channel, again, there's a Cash App link and a PayPal link for anybody that wants to help. You can donate to the channel. That'd be awesome.
Give me my dollar.
Give him his dollar.
It's outside.
Okay. So anyways, go get it, babe. Sorry, guys. So that's really what I think. I think that, yes, we're going to do the best that we can to try to get justice for this. And we're going to keep I'm going to keep calling out these people. And every time they do something shady, like, we're on it. But, you know, it's like we're fighting a freaking wall of darkness over here. Like a wall of bricks that we got to take down one by one. Well, yes, Kiely's dad and grandpa were the only ones that publicly thanked AWP for finding her. And there's a lot of talk out there that Kiely didn't live with her mom. There's a lot of talk that she lived with her grandparents, which I have not, like, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't have any way to verify that. But if any of you guys know, let me know for sure. I think, though, do you think, because I know that AWP said if they come out and they said if Ellie comes out and goes a certain way with this, then we're going to release the rest of the tapes. So if Ellie comes out and calls this an accident, is AWP going to release the rest of the tapes? But even if, I don't think they could... I don't think they would come out and say, listen, Jagger has been cleared. And we went over this whole thing last night. Again, how the hell can you be cleared with an alibi when you don't have a time frame? But I don't think they'd be investigating and talking to anybody if they believe that this was an accident. So I'm not sure that they're going to come out and say accident. But there's a very high chance that they're going to come out and say the autopsy or the toxicology was inconclusive. And if that's the case, then we're screwed. Unless we somehow can get an outside source in to go in there and do a second look. Because if they call inconclusive, if they come out inconclusive, then, you know, that means that they didn't want to tell us the answer. So they're going to say, I couldn't come up with an answer. I couldn't tell if it was homicide or it was an accident. That's probably what will happen, honestly. Yeah, I heard that today, that the mom didn't have custody of her. But the grandfather lives there too, at the lodge. So, I don't know. But that's weird that the grandfather would live there, and not, and there's a rift between him and Lindsay. I don't know. That's why I say this is so weird, you guys. Yeah, Jagger's dad was his alibi. But it did say in the article that he was cleared early on. So, again, though, early on, you definitely didn't have a date. You didn't have a time of the crime taking place. So how can you have an alibi? An alibi, and we went over this yesterday for you guys that weren't here. An alibi is something that you have that proves that you were somewhere else at the time that a crime took place. If you don't know what time the crime took place, how the hell can you have an alibi for it? Right. And that's what I said. Like, I'm not saying that Jagger was at the party that night. Or I'm not even, stop, Christy, stop saying party. It was not a party. Jagger, I'm not saying Jagger was at the setup that night. I'm saying that he showed up when he was called to show up. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying that I believe in my heart that he has guilty knowledge. And I think all of her friends know exactly what happened to her. And I think Sammy is behind it. And I think the parents are covering it up. And I think the cops are covering it up. And I think the community is just covering it up. Because their ties and their connections are a lot more important to them than Kiely's life, obviously. Yeah, so sorry, you guys. I was looking at the chat again. I got to get another monitor up on here. So, yeah, you guys, that's honestly what I think, and I don't know. I don't know. I think that's what's going to happen, though. I really do. I think it's going to come back inconclusive. And I think then they need to get another person in here. Yeah, and Jagger's graduation video when Sammy went running after him, she didn't go running after him as a friend. You know what I'm saying? That was not a friendly thing. But of course, it would make sense, right? If he's really like the Snapchat with him and Kate, if that's true, and he's doing Kate, he's probably been there with Sammy as well. That would not surprise me. Hold on. Let me pull up. Oh, yeah, this was just the thing that said, yeah, also Kate's dad is Deputy Dave Cuneo of the Sacramento Police Department. And still, you guys, no reply to my messages to Kate or Jagger. Neither one of them want to talk to me. But I figured as much. Who is running the Kiely Rodni official account? Do you guys know? I know Jagger's running the LLK account. But who is running the Kiely Rodni official account? Some of the stuff they put out is weird, like this, like you lied to my face. I don't know, and it's on a bathroom wall. It's in a shower. You can see the shower head right here. It's just, I don't know. There's something. Oh man, I need to get a new. If you zoom in, there's something written right here on the wall. I just think that's super weird. So I had to take a picture of that. That just seemed really. I got a weird feeling when I looked at that picture. I thought somebody said it was Sammy. You know, and Chad said earlier, because we were talking about American Dream Chaser getting another interview with Sammy. And he's like, well, you know, because I go, he was way too nice to her in the first interview. It was more like flirting with her and kissing her butt than actually interviewing her. And Chad was like, he's like, well, you know, when you're interviewing somebody, you can't be screaming at them and yelling at them and cussing them out. I go, you mean it's not an interrogation? And he's like, no, it's an interview. Unless you want them to end that interview, like, you have to kind of keep it chill with them. And you know, that's probably why I couldn't have an interview with her, honestly. I don't think I could, because I don't think I could I'd start, like, you know, bitching her out and telling her, like, what the hell? What the hell's wrong with you?
Why did he say
Oh, somebody said Nick is an experienced diver. His first body trapped underwater. Oh, okay. I could have swore I heard him say that it was his first time diving. Like, well, I don't know about diving, but he said this was his first dive for working with them. So, that's all I was saying. But yeah, I think there's a lot. I think there's, Children of Truckee, you guys. They're the Children of Truckee. That could be a movie, you guys. Children of Truckee, 2022. Yeah, and I think, you know, but I don't think that was that guy's problem. I think that guy's just kind of a nut. And he says some pretty weird off the wall stuff. A fatal paper cut. What photo? They said I found that photo on a few different sites. What photo? The bathroom photo we were just talking about? Yes, somebody was saying that Kiely was super, super, super smart, like genius smart. And none of the other kids could even touch her as far as that goes. And you wouldn't believe that, I mean, teenage girls and jealousy, are you kidding me? That is a huge thing. Somebody said that town is strange. I don't even have a KFC. Oh my gosh. Well, no, that town is super strange. There's a lot of weird things. And again, that photo. Let me see if I got it in here. What, babe?
Can I see that?
Yeah. So here's the photo that I brought up yesterday. For those of you that were not here. See all the different areas in this that were photoshopped? Like you can clearly see. Look at her arm right here. It's super skinny. And I'm just pointing this out to those. I know a lot of you seen it last night, but for those of you that didn't, the arm is green right here, so the coloring is way off. Here you're missing a block on the shoulder. Here the arm, look how skinny the arm is right here in this section. And then her elbow's way too pointed out. There's the thing right here. It sticks out in a lot of places. And then this here, I believe this is Sam. I don't care what anybody says. I think the body is Sammy. Because I think this is the tip of her tattoo. There is something right here that you could not see on that footage. I couldn't see it until she zoomed in. Some kind of marking or something there. I don't know if it's like I don't know what that is. And then down here, you guys, they said she had black Vans on. This is clearly a freaking white shoe. And then we can't figure out what this pink is in this picture. And then here, the top left corner of the box layer is discolored. Yep, right here. I see that. And then the sharp edge of her hair, right here. It's like cut off. You can see that. See the line? So that's definitely a photoshopped picture. And this right here does look like wine bottles to me. It looks like a wine shelf. But there's carpet in there and there's clothes in there. And they never named the name of the business, which just does not happen in a missing persons case. They always name the last place that the person was seen. At Walmart or at, Wegmans or at freaking, any, like KFC, for example. They'd be like, oh, this person was last seen here. But they never said the name of the business. So you guys, Truckee is a freaking weird town. There's a lot of shit going on there that I don't think we're even close to, I think we're on the edge of it, but I think it goes so far. Like, obviously, whatever store this is and whoever owns this store is involved in trying to cover this up. Trying to, you know what I'm saying? This is not Kiely. Those are not Kiely's thighs. Her thighs are way skinnier than that. You can clearly see that when in that video that Jagger took of her without her knowing, of her in the black dress with the big slit up the side of it, you can see her legs. These are not Kiely's legs. Sammy just happens to have these pants, this belt, and this black top in another picture of Sammy. And it's just, none of this is right, you guys. None of it. Not from the surveillance picture to the people. Why aren't townies, you guys, coming forward and saying anything to anybody? Don't you think that's super weird? Like, normally in any other case, you have townies, people that are from there that, know them, neighbors, people who live down the street, will talk to people and tell people. Like, you have nothing coming out of this. Nobody is saying a freaking word. Why is that? That is not normal. Businesses are not being named. Nobody is being named. Everybody's trying to protect the teens. Everybody's worried about protecting the community. Not one damn person was worried about protecting Kiely. Not one person cared enough to step forward and say anything. That is completely insane, and that is totally unheard of. Unless there's a reason. Like I've been saying. I mean, that's what I think. To each their own. We all got our own different opinions, but that's mine. Yeah, it's just a super, super sketchy thing. Super sketchy thing, super sketchy town. And again, like I said, I don't trust SF. I don't trust Check It. I don't trust AADC. I don't trust any of these outside people that claim to have an inside connection. You know, SF is really pushing this accident theory. He's really pushing that agenda. He's telling everybody to take their mind off of Jagger. Now that Jagger's been cleared, like, everybody can move on. He's pointing the finger at AWP, saying they're full of shit. When you got people pointing at the only people that freaking found this girl, then you know you have a serious problem. You know, what's his first name? Steve? Isn't that the guy's name? SF, isn't his name Steve? Oh, yeah, Cindy. Thank you for mentioning that. I was going to say that too. I don't know where Kiely was going when she had that long black dress on and those big ass red high heels in the video with Jagger. It didn't say what she was dressed like that for. But it wasn't her prom picture. We have pictures of her at prom. That was not her prom picture. But listen, when I'm talking about the community, red high-heeled shoes. I'm not even going to go into that here, but just look up the connection between red high-heeled shoes and the occult. It's crazy. It really is. Yeah, a lot. Okay, so that's what I thought. Facts matter. I thought SF's name was Steve Fisher. But somebody in the chat, and I don't know if this is true, but somebody in the chat said his real last name is Anderson. There's a lot of channels I noticed that when this came out about Jagger being cleared, I noticed a lot of channels that were like, okay, he's cleared. I'm jumping on now Jagger's innocent boat. I can't get on that boat. I just can't. I'm trying to sink that boat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of people are like, ever since that article came out, and they're like, oh, early on, Jagger was cleared. So now people are like, oh, Jagger's innocent. He's got nothing to do with this. Everybody owes him an apology. No, I don't owe him shit. And neither does anybody else. Because I believe he does know exactly what happened to her. I have that. You know, I do have that. Let me see. I'm going to pull it up for you guys. Hold on a second. All right, Cindy B., which is Babby Smith, and James E. Smith, who are Sammy's parents, 11225 Huntsman Leap, is a parcel of land located in Truckee. That's where they live. I actually have a picture of the guy, her dad, standing out on a boat in the yard. But that's also the address to their business. Which, let's go over here. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's just James E. Smith. Sierra Tahoe Investigations was the name of their, or is the name of their investigation business, right? 11225 Huntsman Leap Road, Truckee. So there that is. And then here's the site that tells you that government contracts, U.S. government contract, government funding actions, they've actually made like $3 million off of their business. I saw somebody else had put that out. I don't remember where I saw it, but Lone Wolf Spirit, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Jagger isn't fully cleared, can still be charged. Right. I think what they were saying was like he was cleared for that night because his father gave him a alibi. I mean, his father was his alibi. But if you guys remember, he said 3 different things about that. He said that night, so the first time he said that he was at home in bed. And his dad could verify that for him. And then he said another time, I wasn't there at that party. I was at my own party in Napa. So he was at home in bed. He was at his own party. And then another time, he said that he was fishing. So, what's the story here? What's the truth? Because, of course, your dad said of course, your dad backed up your story. Right, exactly. Of course, you're going to be your son's alibi. Just like frickin' Brian Laundrie's parents. I still believe they knew and didn't say anything. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, but Samantha, I think that, they could give them a lie detector test, but they're not admissible in court, so really what good would it do? And I think the parents and the cops are going to stop that from happening anyway. They're not going to let them take a lie detector test. Although, if I'm right about Sammy and she is a sociopath like I think she is, she could probably pass hers. I think for sure that Sammy and Kate were both jealous of Kiely because Jagger really liked Kiely and they knew that, like, he could never like them the way that he liked her. He had, like, this obsession with Kiely. And I think, they wanted to humiliate her. And I think they wanted to make her look like a fool. And they wanted to prove that they were better than her. And I think they did something to her. That's the thing, though. He said that he was at a party once. And then the rest of the time, one other time he said he was fishing. And then another time he said he was at home in bed. And then everybody was like, oh, okay, at home in bed with Kate, right? Like, that's why you and her weren't at the party? The party? I think at this point, there's so much that we don't, there's so freaking much craziness right now that everybody really just doesn't know what to think. I really truly believe that. People are starting to question things. They're starting to question their own selves and their own thoughts. And they're like, maybe I was wrong. I don't think I was wrong about Jagger. I don't think I'm wrong about any of them. I think that they all have guilty knowledge. I think they all know exactly what happened to her. I think she was set up that night and they did what they did to her. And I think that Jagger was one of the first calls, and then he found out. Oh, Lone Wolf Spirit. So thank you so much. Welcome to CNY Silver membership. You are awesome. You guys are all awesome. Thank you so much. But really, thank you for joining the channel. That's awesome of you. You guys, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. And again, anybody that can, there's a couple links if you guys want to donate to the channel. That, you know, everything helps. Welcome to the family, Lone Wolf. So yeah, I mean that's that. But again, even though everything is as crazy as it is, it honestly, if you look at it and think about what I'm trying to say, our theory over here, about the community and the teens, everything really makes sense, you guys. If you just look at it from that scope, everything starts to make sense. It is so weird, you guys, that frickin' Jagger is staying at her house. I cannot even. When I heard that, I was like, no way. No way. Why would he be staying there, you guys? Why does she? I know, he made that thing. He made that post. He made that post about now being there to protect her friends and protect her family, and that's what he's going to do to honor Kiely. And the ma and Lindsay is letting him live there. That is freaking weird. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, hold on. Hold on one second. I was trying to. I know. Probably somebody said he's probably going through Kiely's stuff. It's just weird that like at a time like this that the mom would even consider letting him stay there. Like, especially with all the talk and everything that's going on. It's like that even makes you guys look more more suspicious. Like, how close are all of you people? You know what I'm saying? Man, I don't care. There's something off about her for sure. Hey, people can think what they want to think, but that's just my opinion. Hey, Barbie Watson, thank you. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, you just made it. You just made it. I'm just getting ready to end this, but I just think, you know, it's almost like, really, where do we go from here? Somebody said, I don't know if this is true, but somebody said he's actually in a rehab right now. People keep talking about that, but I have not heard any mention of that. Like, I have not heard that from anybody about the life insurance, so I don't know if that's true or not. But if it is true, that's even worse. on the mother, honestly. This is just so effed up. This girl was done wrong, and nobody was there for her. And nobody's there for her now except for the people like us that are still trying to find out what happened. Listen, I hope you got, I gotta end this. It's almost midnight here and I gotta do some stuff. But I hope you guys really liked this video. Please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please comment, and please leave comments in the video. Please share this video. Again, thank you for everything. Thank you for all the super chats and everything. For those of you that can, please help out the channel. There's a couple of links down below, Cash App, PayPal, for anybody that wants to donate and help out the channel. You guys are awesome. Thank you to all of our new members. I'll probably be back on tomorrow. I'm going to try to do a lot earlier tomorrow though. I have some stuff to get ready, but I'd like to go on around like 6, at least 6, 7 o'clock, a lot earlier than tonight. It's hard. It's hard though for me. Honestly, the best time for me would be like in the morning. But I know a lot of people work and a lot of people have their stuff that they have to do during the day. So, but all right, you guys, everybody have a good night and a good day, depending on where you are. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. And just keep asking those questions. And keep you guys' eye out for anything that's off. All right? So everybody have a good night. Thank you guys for everything. We appreciate it.